from a small town outside of Pittsburgh where we grew up. We come from a family of 5 siblings. There are 5 of us.
We have a very family-centered life.
You know, I think about Patrick and when he first moved to Chicago Avenue. His brother and sister-in-law and their 2 kids were in town and just very supportive of him. Patrick had never lived on his own. He'd lived with mom and dad all his life.
I mean, one big hope that you had, I remember, was that he wanted to live on his own.
But I had every doubt, so I never had any experience away from home.
When we started, I think one of the things that was so clear to Kay and I is that there weren't good pictures of individuals with disabilities. That word handicap, cap in hand, was really the image that a lot of people had. We weren't going to keep trying to fix a broken system. We'd all be angry. And so we made the decision to create something new. And that was the beginnings of Center for Independent Futures. Over these last 10 years, we've created some best practice models. As we look to the future, we have schools contacting, we have organizations and other family groups really throughout the country that are asking about these models that we have created. So we have an opportunity to expand to many, many more people. Our vision is to help individuals realize full lives and be active citizens in the community.
All right. And how's the kitchen cleaning and organizing going?
Good. My organizational skills never were formed. Barry and I work on different strategies such as visual aids for motivating me to clean or do whatever.
So are you back on track doing it yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm back on track doing it myself.
Yeah, because I know, you know, when you put your mind to it, you do a great job with everything cleaning and organizing. But it's finding the time and the focus, right?
Yeah. I manage my money by way of a spreadsheet. Rob Larson, who is my budgeting tutor, helped me formulate that strategy. I work on social skills also. I have trouble with social cues. So I thought I should work on that. And I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
The work of the tutors is always driven by the goals that the tutor and the individual set for themselves.
True. How long have we been working together?
For a very, very long time.
Like 4 years, right?
Has it been that long?
It has been that long.
Let me think. Does Elise have a cat?
I have the best cat in the whole entire world. And I love the new kids more than anything.
I would say when she first started at Center for Independent Futures, she really didn't want to leave her bedroom. And then taking on the responsibilities of living independently was quite huge.
My favorite times with Elise tutoring are when she is set out to do something that really scares her or seems challenging, and when she comes out on the other end and will call me on the phone and say, "Megan, that is so easy. What was I afraid of?"
So the whole thing is really built on helping to facilitate and coach and mentor to build capacity.
We need to make sure that the check cleared, and we know that it didn't clear on Tuesday. So how do we figure out if it's cleared?
We have to go on the computer.
Elise's mom and dad moved out of town, and they never would have done that had Elise not learned some independent living skills and had relationships with the greater community as well as Center for Independent Futures.
March 6th.
Yeah, so you wrote it in February.
You know, in the traditional settings, individuals have support from 9 to 3, again from 3 to midnight, and then midnight on. And what we learned is that people change. They don't always need the same amount of support.
Well, where do you want to figure out how to get to?
Let's do it to Barnes & Noble.
Okay. So, we got to get to Google Maps. How do we do that? So that's the address, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And then we go get directions.
Do you own a car?
No,
Do I own a car?
no.
How are we going to
We
get
have to go on the bus.
there? Yes. I know for a fact that the 201 bus goes there. And this gives us very clear directions there.
Well, this says that the 201 bus does go there.
Exactly.
I didn't used to know how to do that.
Nice. Awesome.
For me, one of the most exciting things is that many of the activities we have around CIF have been initiated by the individuals. And so there is Freedom Riders, which is a self-advocacy group that keeps us informed about some of the initiatives and or no initiatives that are happening in Illinois.
I think that I learned a lot from the Americans with Disability Act. They're protecting people with disabilities.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's a lot of good community building that goes on.
Heartwords was started by Barry Siegel. His passion is writing and being able to put thoughts into words. And he's been able to help other individuals really access that part of them. There's just such a sense of pride in somebody's own authorship as well as performance of what they've written.
And Patrick, I think, has really grown a lot since moving out here. Keeping a really strong and steady job for the past, few years has been a really big milestone. The Evanston Athletic Club has been great. It's a really healthy work environment.
Something, Patrick, to me that is a extraordinary part of working at EAC, restoration of your faith and trust into relationships, because that's what it's all about, a trusting nature to establish a relationship.
This is my work at Arts of Life. It's kind of like having two jobs in one, because one job is doing the art, but the second job is being the most supportive friend that you can be to your coworkers.
We are the fastest growing minority group, and everybody in this room will be touched by disabilities, because 1 in 4 people have disabilities by the end of their lifetime. We have a great opportunity here to change our community and invite individuals with disabilities into our community.
You just have a sense of awe to the world, It just feels so liberating to be living on your own,